Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Passport Nomad, and before I go any further with today's content, I would like to ask you to please hit subscribe. This way you can keep up on my latest content and help support my channel as I'm trying to reach a goal of 1K subscribers. Today, I have a story that comes from Reddit, and it's posted by an American who I can only assume wants to remain anonymous. So I'm going to read off their story here of their experience here in the Philippines as they met their relatives and what they had to say. So get some popcorn, whatever you need to do, sit back, relax, and let's listen to what this person has to say. They write,
I've been in Cebu for about 6 months now, and I'm nearly broke. I came here with my parents. My mom is Filipina, and my dad is American. I'm only 19, but I had savings from part-time jobs during high school and college. My first week in the Philippines was pure chaos. My dad was pressured into paying for a grand welcome-back celebration that our relatives insisted on. That single day alone cost him $1,000 for food, alcohol, and music, and it didn't stop there. For the next several days, my cousins kept coming over asking us to buy them alcohol to celebrate that we were here, which was the dumbest excuse ever. This went on nearly every day for an entire week. It's exhausting. Whenever we go out to the mall, restaurants, anywhere, it's like a parade with sometimes 20 people inviting themselves along. We end up paying the bill every time. Then there are my aunties, uncles, and cousins who frequently ask me to lend them money. I know it's really a one-way deal. I'll never see that money again. I've tried talking to my mom, but she prioritizes her family so much that she doesn't seem to care if it drains her financially. She can see we're being taken advantage of, but she's afraid of them speaking poorly of her if she stands up to them. When I came here, I had about $10,000 in savings. Now I'm down to just $2,000, mostly due to constant celebrations and the expectation that we'll pay for everything. Even though I was only planning on using that money for my own personal use, like for shopping and going out with friends. The crazy part is they know what they're doing, but it doesn't seem to matter to them. My dad built my mom 2 houses in the Philippines, which he spent millions in. Even bought her a private beach property. But since we moved to the US, we let the relatives occupy the house rent-free, and our vehicles were used for their outings. I found out my mom was secretly sending them money every month. That made me furious because we have honestly done so much for them, even sending some of my cousins to private colleges and sending them abroad in hopes to get out of poverty, but 9 times out of 10, they get pregnant with deadbeat men or get arrested for using drugs. I try to keep my anger in check because I know they don't have a lot, but they show zero respect for our boundaries. They even moved into our house here without asking. So now whenever I order food, I have to buy enough for 15 people just to have a meal. I'm conflicted. Part of me wants to confront them, to make them understand the strain they're putting on us, but I hate conflict. I've shown them respect, thinking it would be mutual, but that seems impossible. We've given so much, and they only ask for more. My parents and I have finally had enough, and we're planning to return back to the US soon. We hope that by leaving we can set boundaries and not be financially responsible for them anymore. I'm sad it has come to this, but I'm relieved that we might finally have peace.
please leave your thoughts on in comments in the comment section on what you think this person in this story, what they should have done, what they could have done before they got there, or what the family could have done before they even got to that situation. My thoughts that come to mind is that they're finally back in the U.S., and this probably gives the family a chance to sit down and discuss what further actions they should take when dealing with their family members here in the Philippines. Now, if they all feel the same way about the situation that they encountered with the relatives, then they should be able to come to a mutual decision on how they, come in contact with them, or decide to stop sending them so much money. Or chances are maybe the mother doesn't quite understand how they're budgeting their money and then sharing it with the other family members, or the fact that they're being taken advantage of it one way or the other. But it's up to the family basically to decide that on their own, how they're going to go about dealing with the other family members. The whole thing is, and I noticed that they said that they bought homes over there in the Philippines, and the family members just automatically moved in rent free and everything. My whole question about that is, who's taking care of the bills, the electricity, the water, whatever else like that? Because with all that comes, whoever's staying in there, and they're living in there rent free. Are they paying the bills, or are they relying on your family to keep sending them money to keep the lights on? And that's a big part of it all. That may be a bit frustrating, everything. And as far as it goes with sending them family members to college, and giving them money knowing that they're getting pregnant, or some people are just ending up on drugs, you got to learn which ones to cut off, if any at all. If you plan on cutting the bad ones off, you got to know who to trust with the money and not. But that's, like I said, that's up to the family to decide and everything. But I'd really like to hear your comments on this. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. And just keep in mind, please keep it respectful. This is only, for thoughts and opinions, a logical, intellectual discussion on something that actually happens here in the Philippines. It's a reality. This happens not only to foreigners that are, just coming here for the first time, but those that are in relationships, those in, as you can see, even here, those that are gotten married and moved back to the States and everything. I mean, of course, the culture is different here from the one we're used to in the States, but each party has to have an understanding of finances, what they can and can't afford to lend out to people. There has to be boundaries, and there has to be a limit. You can't just give it all away. Now, I'm not saying that it's okay just to cut them all off completely and everything. It's all right to actually help out other family members from time to time, and times of hardship, or if they're struggling or whatever else like that. But you should never be financing somebody's whole life or their bad habits, or to the point that it's draining you financially yourself. Because in America, we also have to keep the lights on, keep the food on our tables, and keep the roof over our heads as well, to provide a living for our families back home. So they have a decision to make. Well, that's the end of the video. And I'm going to ask you once again to please subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment on your thoughts. This is Passport Nomad, signing off.